Hey everyone, welcome back to my Dev Web App channel. Today I'll show you how to solve the merge sorted array task using two different approaches. As you can see, it's the first question from LeetCode Top Interview 150, and I'm going to open it in new tab, and it's marked as easy and has number 88. Let's take a look at the question. So you are given two integer arrays, nums1 and nums2, sorted in non-decreasing order, and two integers m and n, representing the number of elements in nums1 and nums2, respectively. So we have example, and we have array nums, and as you can see, we have three elements in array, and we have nums2, and it also has three elements. And we need to merge nums1 and nums2 into a single array sorted in non-decreasing order. And the final sorted array should not be returned by the function, but instead be stored inside the array nums1. And that's why we have this 0. Okay, let's take a look at the output and explanation. As you can see, we have merged array, and explanation, the arrays we're merging are 1, 2, 3 and 2, 5, 6. And the result of the merge is output array, and with the underlined elements coming from the nums1. And as you can see, 1, 2, 3 are coming from nums1 array. And also have more examples, and let's try to solve our question. And first approach will be using a JavaScript array methods, and I'm going to use splice method of array. As you can see, it allows us to remove or replace or add a new element in place, and that was the condition of our task. And let's take a look at the params. As you can see, we need to specify start and delete count, but we'll replace, and also then we need to provide items. Okay, and I'm going to use my nums1 array and use splice, and we'll provide m will be the start, and the end will be m plus n, and we'll use spread operator to give elements from nums to array. And now let's do console log and provide nums1. And I'm going to run, and let's check what we have so far. Okay, and I need to fix it. And let's check. And as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 2, 5, 6, and our arrays are merged, and we need to sort them. And for that, I'm going to use sort function of array. And as you can see, it allows us to sort elements, but we have numbers, and we need to specify function to sort numbers, and let's do it. I'm going to use nums1 and use sort function, and we'll provide function and a and b, and we'll use this function to sort my array in non-decreasing order. Okay, and now I can remove this console log, and let me run my function, my code, and let's wait for results. And as you can see, the tests pass, and we have accepted test cases, and now we can submit our task, and let's try to submit, see what we have. Okay, and as you can see, our solution was accepted, and we have good runtime that beats 100% of solutions, and also we have pretty good memory usage. and we can analyze complexity. Let's try, and let's see. And as you can see, we have this complexity. I believe that's because we used sort. And now let's go back to our description. And as you can see, we have some follow-up. And can you come up with an algorithm that runs in OM plus n time? And we used JavaScript method, but for some interview, you will have to use just arrays or some algorithm without splice and sorts methods. And let's try to do it. I'm going to return to our description, and let me remove this code. Now let's think about the algorithm, and we probably need to use the conditions that arrays already sorted in non-decreasing order. Our algorithm would be simple. We'll add elements to the end of the nums1 array, and I'm going to compare the last elements of arrays, and the greater number will be placed at the end of nums1 array, and then we'll move one step back. So for 6, I'll move to the next element to 5, and for nums1, I'm going to leave on 3, and then I'll compare 5 and 3, and we'll place here 5, and then we'll move one step back here, and then compare 3 and 2, and this time I'll place 3 here, and move one step back, and then compare 2 and 2, and we'll move this 2 here, and as we don't have elements in nums2 array, then I will just stop the loop. Okay, and let's implement that. First of all, let's add variable for insert index, and it will be m plus n and minus 1, and we're calculating the index of the last element in nums1 array, and also I need to decrease m by 1, and also n by 1, and that's because we have the first item at 0, and we'll have in m this index, and in n this. And now we can start our loop, and I'm going to use while, and we'll check if n greater or equals to 0, then we'll compare the last elements of array, and let's check if nums1 m greater than nums2 n, then I'm going to add to this element nums1, and let me add nums1, and we'll use insert index, and we'll assign nums1 m, and also I need to move one step back, and we'll decrease m by 1. Okay, and in else we can add nums2n to our insert index, and decrease n by 1, and at the end we need to move one step back in our array, and let's just decrease by 1 our insert index. Okay, and now I'm going to run my code and check. And as you can see, we have accepted test cases. And after each step, we can make, let me add console log, and provide nums1, and let's check what we have in our arrays, and as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 0, 0, 6, and we added the last element from nums2 here. Then we moved one step back and added 5. Then we added 3, and then placed 2 and stopped our loop. Okay, I'm going to remove this console log and submit my solution. And let's check what we have. As you can see, it shows that runtime beats 100%, but for some reason we used a lot of memory while we added only one variable. And that's all that I have for today. If you like my video, subscribe to my DevWebApp channel. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.